Hey, what is going on, everybody? And in today's video, I want to talk a bit about the upcoming patch 5.7 a little bit and what I might think might be coming down the pipeline. That's right, I'm kind of already moving on from this patch because of kind of how bored I am waiting for my commander level to go up, and the sketchy kind of cloak and dagger release method has me on edge a little bit. But specifically, it seems that we're moving in the direction of finishing off some Doom Raid team patches, with Secret Avengers last patch and New Warriors this patch. And I've talked about those in previous videos. That I think coming up most likely next will be a couple of tech characters before we get around to Bio, most likely in, I would say, around probably Halloween time. So I want to discuss some Easter eggs that we actually had a few weeks ago, but I never really had a chance to go over them yet, and who I think this may be alluding to. So, without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Okay, so we're going to start the video off here with this screenshot here in the background, which was taken from one of the Strike Time videos. I believe it was just 2 or so weeks ago. I think it was the Death Pool Strike Time, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and check. Doesn't really matter where it came from, though, but you can see that Cerebro is wearing this shirt here with a yellow diamond in the middle. I don't think the color of the shirt actually matters all that much. He also wore this shirt when he did the interview with Philosopher not too long ago as well. I'm assuming both were kind of filmed on the same day, hopefully. But what's intriguing about this is that originally I actually thought that this had to do with Vision at first. Now, I'm not entirely sure. Vision has the stone in his head. I think or thought it was diamond shaped. I looked back into my game and it wasn't super visible, but from what I remembered of Vision, I thought it was diamond shaped. So I'm not sure if this is a reference to Vision or not, but there is one character in particular in Marvel, and I did some browsing, some researching, and with some discussion with my Discord channel. And I kind of checked over other Marvel mobile games to see what kind of characters this might fit into, and I came up with one character in particular. So I found this character on Marvel Future Fight, and he is released there. I think he's also in this is Contest of Champions. I think he's also in Marvel Future Fight, but this is Darkhawk. Some of you guys may or may not know who this character is, and here's actually a copy of his latest comic book issue. Apparently he has his own comic book issue starting, I think, in September, or maybe has already started, and so this is the issue number 1 comic, and you can see that in the front of his chest here, he's got a diamond on it. He's also holding a kind of a diamond, a stone, and so we'll talk about that when we look at his profile on the Marvel Wiki. So who is Darkhawk? So let's bring that up here. Well, there's a good picture of him here, actually. I really like that photo, if I can get it to zoom in there. And so, he is this sort of, like, spacesuit hawk tech guy. I don't know him all that well. I didn't know him until I started researching it a little bit. His name is Chris Powell, or Christopher Powell. He's human. Formerly with the NYPD, but if you look at some of his affiliation tags, it's kind of interesting. New Warriors, Avengers West Coast, Secret Defenders, those are the most that stand out. And of course, what do we have this patch? Well, we have the New Warriors, and so basically he gets his power from this amulet that he discovers, which transposes him into this Darkhawk armor, and that's what you see on the screen here. That's what's in all of this. That's the Darkhawk armor. So if you open the tab for, apparently it's a sentient armor from what I understand, but it actually gets its origins from the Shi'ar Empire, which is another cosmic setting. Characters like Gladiator and related to the Dark Phoenix Saga, or the Phoenix Saga in general. That is where that starts. It's called the Raptor armor as well, but it's associated with Darkhawk. So this is actually a technological armor from the Shi'ar Empire that Chris Powell, uses as Darkhawk. So that's from what I understand. Now, because of this, it does make me wonder two things. Well, I think that there is a good chance that this picture is referring to that. I tried to look up all characters that have some sort of reference to a diamond other than Vision. This could also be a reference to Vision. A lot of people were talking that there could be a Vision rework in the cards, and so who knows, maybe both, maybe a Vision rework and something to do with this Darkhawk character. Not entirely sure, but if you read on, he does have some affiliations with the New Warriors. So what does that really mean? Because that's a bit strange. Let's say, hypothetically, they added him to the New Warriors tag because he was a New Warriors. Now, who do we have currently? Deathpool, who is out of the canon here, brand new character, of course. They just kind of plopped her down on that team. And then we have Cloak and Dagger. So actually the only true New Warriors, from what I understand, is actually Dagger. I don't believe Cloak was actually a member of the New Warriors, because I opened up this tab here, which is the New Warriors team tab here from the Marvel Wiki, and you can take a look at all the former characters. You know, Dagger is on there, and Darkhawk is also on there. Cloak is not. So this is a bit of a mixed bag here on Marvel Strike Force, but that's no surprise because they've kind of mixed characters and teams up before. Young Avengers, I'm kind of still mad at them for what they did to the Young Avengers. But what could they do with this, and why would they add him to the New Warriors team tag? Because New Warriors are currently all Mystic. I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility that they could actually do that, because maybe the team isn't necessarily supposed to be 100% for Doom Raid, like for people who are not in-game, who are still doing Ultimus raids, things like that, that they could still find a use for a team like the New Warriors that don't have all one origin. What this does mean is that he might be standalone. I'll also go back up to when I talk about him to this photo, because I like this. He could act standalone in form of Doom Raid tech. There could be synergy on him that works with tech allies, but not specifically New Warriors. So what I mean by this, you guys might remember Cap Sam. Cap Sam has a passive that gives him gives hit points to Secret Warriors, but also gives hit points to non-Secret Warrior skill allies in raids. So they could do the same with Darkhawk, where, you know, if you're with the New Warriors, you know, if you're running them in Ultimus or somewhere where you could use them all together, you know, they'll get a significant buff there. But when you're using him standalone, he'll still give some more buffs to other team members in raids for that. If they decide to bring him out as a tech character, which I think seems likely, it just seems a bit unlikely that you need to make... if they did make him a Mystic because of the gem that we talked about down here, well, you know, that would be a fourth... It would make a hero Mystic character, so that would be the synergy there with the New Warrior, and that... the New Warriors. And that would kind of make sense, but what we're really missing is tech characters, and I kind of think that, you know, unless that photo is just directly alluding to Vision and it's none of this, then, well, who knows. But I wanted to bring this back to the game, so I want to go back into the game really quickly and look at what characters we have for tech. But specifically, I want to talk about hero tech, because I think that it's interesting, because I'm going to have a separate video discussing what other tech characters I think might be coming in this patch specifically, in relation to villain techs, because I know there's a lot of people discussing this. But let's look at the hero tech tag, because it's pretty terrible, and actually, outside of Kestrel, you do need hero tech for Doom Raid. Is it 3.7 to 3.9? There is a section where they ask you to use hero tech characters, but yeah, look at the top of look at all of that. Actually, there's a total of 14 characters now with Misty Knight. It's not a very good roster. You know, you have Kestrel, and then you have Vision, and then let's say Darkhawk comes to the team. You know, who would you even use if it was a hero tech team? Now, I don't think that's very likely, though. I think what's going to happen is that if he does come to the game, there's going to have some blanket tech synergy, some blanket, you know, in raids, tech allies get this, and maybe at the same time we might see a Vision rework as well, because Vision was very well known for being this sort of jack of all trades, sort of mixed character, you know, back in the day, like 2 years ago, maybe now, when people were actually using Vision, and I would love to see a Vision rework come to the game as well. Not just because I have a 6 red star, and I do have, I changed his costume temporarily to the base version, because I was trying to think, well, in Strike Force, this Vision does not have a diamond shape. This is sort of diamond here in the center, but the stone in the head is not. I do have the WandaVision costume that I picked up from the previous event, so I would love to see some use out of him, but it's the passive, the density manipulation, which made him really good in the past with tech characters. So all tech characters get on spawn defense up for 2 turns. Now this was truly amazing at the time, because I don't think anyone else had on spawn 2 turns of defense up. I'm pretty sure this is why you used him with characters like BKT. He was really huge back then, until, you know, he kind of got pushed off the team, and there was better raid teams, things like that. But Vision was a very great character at the time, so all they would really need to do is a little bit of adjustment to him, and they could make him a really good raid character. You know, maybe some additional stuff on the passive that works in raids, some additional, I don't know, just passives plus armor, damage reduction, you know, kind of like a Venom-esque sort of passive where, you know, if his hit points is to a certain degree, they get defense up again. I don't know, something like that. They could rework him in pretty easily. And him alongside a character like Darkhawk with Kestrel for tech, you know, this would really go very well with what we already have in Doom Raid. So you probably don't need too much for Doom Raid to really... I don't know if you need a full team. I'm not sure I see a brand new team tag coming to the game for tech. What I do see happening is just some blanket loose synergy, but these are very strong characters nonetheless that they're going to want to try and sell us. You know, characters like Darkhawk that will have, you know, a pretty crazy kit, because a lot of the new characters do have crazy kits, but they won't have a specific team tag unless he does get put into the New Warriors. I could either see him be with the New Warriors despite being tech, or a standalone hero tech character, and that would be fine too. So the reason why I'm not really talking about villain tech quite yet, though, is because there is a completely different discussion to be had that I will be talking about in the near future here, specifically around Ultron, because a lot of people, a lot of content creators have been talking about Ultron, good and bad, and I want to give my point on him and where I think he might fit in the next patch if it is indeed a tech Doom Raid patch. And so there's a lot more to say specifically on him and some other characters that I think might be coming down in that patch. But this is just one character, Darkhawk, that I think might be coming to the game. And let me know what you guys think about this, if this is an Easter egg or not. Let me know if I'm crazy. Let me know if you guys think he might also be added to the New Warriors team, or if they'll just leave it to the three of them with the Mystics and not cross over any other origins. I think that they still could, because despite these patches being all about Doom Raid, I think that we still kind of forget that there are other players, people who are not in Doom Raid. Arguably, probably, I'm just guessing, but probably less than 10% of the server, or of the game, is necessarily at Doom Raid. So there's a good chunk of people that are still in the Ultima 7, Ultima 7.5 kind of range. So making patches and teams specifically for that, I don't think does them any good. So I think there is a good chance that we could still see a Darkhawk on the New Warriors despite not being Mystic. So just wanted to bring this quick one to you. Let me know what you think. Am I crazy? Am I reaching too far? Do you think we'll get Darkhawk? He's in a lot. He's basically in every other Marvel mobile game. He's not in this one yet, so I think it's probably makes sense. Again, a hero character, because I've been talking about how there's a huge lack of villain characters in the game. We'll be discussing that more on the next video when we discuss about villain tech and what I think could be additional characters for this patch. I see it being a 4-character patch alongside Dormammu, which really means possibly 3 tech characters, but I don't know if it's necessarily going to be a team. So that's the end of this video, guys. Let me know what you think, and of course, until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I will see you all later. Boilon signing out.